Hello, hello, hello. Without wasting your time, without keeping you too long over this video, there is this letter that I've been going flying around in the social media. Okay, I read that letter this very morning, and it's so I just laughed over it. So this letter has to do with Simon Ekpa. Okay, and I'm so glad that Simon Ekpa also have seen the letter at the same time, and it's a letter that was written to, according to this letter, the heading, you will see that letter right there in my description. Is right there in my bio, up right there. You will see that letter right there. So this letter was according to them, it was written by the Finnish embassy, that is the Finland government, concerning Simon Ekpa, to arrest him. And also the letter was talking about a lot of other stuff that had to do with sit at home. So my thing is, so the Finland government, let's assume Finland government wrote this letter, right? They had all the whole time to waste their time talking about sit at home. Anyway, you know what? This letter was actually written by these inconsequential people that was suspended a couple days ago by Simon Ekpa. You know, there are some people that were suspended. I'll look for that video. I will also put that video in here. They were suspended because they were doing things that are now following according to the directions. Mazi Simon Ekpa is the one in charge. Even when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in charge, a lot of people that wasn't following, doing the actual bidding of the Biafra actualization, was also suspended. So if they suspend you, all you got to do is to go back and stay at the back line. There is no big deal about it. That means you are not following. Then you work hard again, work towards and change your ways. If you're doing something or you are trying to be a betrayer, then you are going to be suspended. Or if you're doing something that is not part of what we're saying, or you're trying to be strong-headed over the into the affairs of Biafra actualization, you are going to be suspended. So you are not the first one that have been suspended. So why are you and your group, your co-host Satanic Evil Group, writing letter, forming fake letter? Is a fake one, very fake letter, to Simon Ekpa, claiming to be a finished government that wrote him. You know what? You're not even ashamed of yourself. You, this group of people that wrote this letter. Do you look at the lines and the statement on that letter? It's not one. Let me tell you something, okay? One, that letter is not professional. Two, there is a lot of spelling errors in your letters. Three, your letter has no governmental weight. So what it means is that you cannot do Simon Ekpa anything. Go and think of something else you can do, because at this point you're not doing anything. How can you write that kind of letter? I mean, you guys should be like ashamed of yourself, because I'm so like ashamed of you guys though. I'm so ashamed of you guys. So you had nothing else to cook about. You have nothing else to do. It's just to write this kind of letter against Simon Ekpa. Let me ask you this, okay? If you are given that position, what can you do? Who do you know? Who do you know? What is your position? Who do you know? How do you want to fight? We are talking about the lives of millions of people. And Simon Ekpa was given a lead, and he's doing a great job. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu chose him to do this, to be the leader. Then allow him to give him the space, give him all the moral support you can, but not to be an antagonist against him, not to be a misquarious over whatever he's doing, because you're adding up a very negative value around him. So if you have been suspended, go to the next line. Move away from the line. You are suspended. That's why after they suspend you, the shame could not hold you back And all you could do is to write letter. I don't want to start calling your names. I don't want to call your names because there's no point. See, for real, right? There is no point calling you guys' name in this platform. But you know yourself. Stop doing this. We are pursuing the actualization of our freedom, of Biafra freedom. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Like, why are you doing it seriously? Don't do that. Don't do it. It's wrong. Don't be writing this kind of nasty letters. How do you want to turn yourself to his enemy? That is how you guys turn around and become Nnamdi Kanu's enemy unknowingly. And he didn't know. He fell into your trap. And you sold him out. Like the way Judas sold Jesus. You sold him. You sold him out. Now he's suffering the dungeon. He's suffering DSS custody. And you are okay with what you have just done. Now it's shifted now to Simon Ekpa. Look at how the kind of game you guys are playing. Why are you guys doing this? For what reason? Like, for what reason are you guys doing this? This has to stop, man. This has to stop. You think they don't know you? You think we don't know who you are or something like that? We all knew you guys, man. Stop what you guys are doing. It's wrong. You guys got to stop this, man. Stop it. So with that being, like I said earlier, right? I'm going to put that letter right here. I want a lot of you guys to see that letter, read it through, and make your comment. You are free to make your comment. You're free to say whatever you want to say. You're entitled to your own opinion. But the fact remains that our main purpose and our main target and goal is to achieve the actualization of Biafra, so that Biafra can be a nation of himself and also enjoy the basic amenities of life. Thank you and God bless you.
So EU is predicting that there will be violence in Nigeria elections. And this is my own personal assessment. It's true that there will be violence in Nigeria elections. And EU is going to cause the violence. I've interviewed a lot of people on this platform. But this is my own personal assessment. Look, EU is going to be in Nigeria ahead of your elections. And they have only one aim and purpose. Their aim and purpose is to rig the election for their favorite candidate. If they succeed, people will die. If they don't succeed, people will die. If they succeed, they will tell the whole world that the election was free and fair. That will cause confusion between the winning side and those who will lose. So at the end of the day, there will be confusion, there will be violence. If they fail, they will tell the whole world that the election was not free and fair. The same problem is going to exist. So if Nigerians really want free and fair elections, they shouldn't entertain EU. They did it in Ghana here. EU did it in Ghana here. They've done it before. So Nigerians shouldn't trust EU. If they want free and fair elections, if they don't want violence in their country, they shouldn't entertain EU. EU have only one purpose: to destabilize Nigeria. Yes, because EU cannot afford to see Nigeria prosper. They can't afford to see Nigeria having a good leader. Because if Nigeria succeed in having a good leader, they won't have the opportunity to, steal your resource. They're not going to get the opportunity to exploit Nigeria. And they know very well that if Nigeria prosper, all African countries will follow Nigeria footsteps. So they will never allow Nigeria to prosper. If Nigerians are really interested in free and fair elections, trust me, don't entertain EU. Nigeria have everything it takes to be like Dubai. Nigeria have everything it takes to be like Saudi Arabia, to be like Malaysia. So EU knows this very well. They know that if they allow Nigeria to have free and fair elections, that is the end of EU. EU, the Europeans are living good life because of countries like Nigeria. Nigeria have all the resources they need to prosper. And they know that Nigeria is the giant of Africa. If Nigeria succeed, the rest of the African continent will follow Nigeria's footsteps. So they can't afford to see Nigeria succeed. So they will be in Nigeria to create confusion. They will be in Nigeria to rig the elections. That is their purpose. They did it in Ghana here. and they will do it again if you entertain them. Don't entertain them. If Nigerians don't entertain EU, Nigerians will have free and fair election. The election will be peaceful. But the moment EU gets involved, there will be violence in Nigeria. Thank you.